Yeah, so it's time for me to speak on mass deportation and how I feel about mass deportation. I feel it's kind of crazy, man, because me, I grew up with Mexicans. I learned my Spanish from Mexicans. One of my best friends was a Mexican. And I believe all people are entitled to a piece of the American dream. But with that being said, you got to come get it right. Because you know, when you commit a crime in the United States, you go to jail. Crossing the border is a crime. Illegal migration is a crime. And my thing on Mexicans is this. And I love Mexicans. I don't got nothing against them. They do work for me. I hire them for jobs. But we got to look at things like this. Mexicans are more prejudiced than white people. I have never seen a black man working on a Mexican's house, but I've seen a million Mexicans working on a black man's house. Go to Chipotle, Burger King, McDonald's, Wingstop. That was my latest one. I went to Wingstop. It's nothing but, it was 18 Mexicans working in a Wingstop. I called the dude at the counter. I was buying this black homeless lady something to eat, right? I buy Mexicans. I give my old clothes to the Mexican homeless people. I do a lot. I fuck with Mexicans. I don't, this video is to not downgrade Mexicans or talk down on them or act like I don't like them, because I got love for them. I got a lot of love for them. But with all that love, we got to keep it real. So I went in a Wingstop by USC off of Figueroa, and I think that's like Adams. Or maybe Jefferson. No, I think it's Adams, though. No, Exposition. Figueroa and Exposition. I went in there, and I think it was like 17 Mexican people working in there. So I asked the dude at the counter, I said, bro, ain't no black people work here? He just started smiling and said, nah, man, ain't no. I said, what? I said, what you mean ain't no black people working here? And naive black people, they always say, oh, that's the jobs we don't want. You a lie. Because the person out there that ain't got no money in their pocket, nowhere to live, damn near next to homeless, they gonna go work there to get a check. That might be just a stepping stone for them. So let me get back on course. But that go out to all you black people saying that's the jobs we don't want, and you a lie. Speak for yourself. You can't speak for the whole black race, because our first jobs to learn job skills was McDonald's and Burger King and KFC and stuff like that. Those was our first jobs. That's how we learned our job skills and how to deal with people. But anyway, so I'm in Wingstop, and I said, well, let me speak to the manager then. I said, there's 17 Mexicans in here. I stepped back and counted. I've never seen this many Mexicans and that many people, period. Forget the nationality. I couldn't believe it was 17 people in a Wingstop. I'm like, how many wings is you selling? That's why I don't eat chicken, because I feel like chicken is the number one doped up animal in America. Because if you go, I've been to 14 countries, and every country got chicken prepared on it. They menu 14 different ways. But let me get back to the subject. I'm sorry, I'm go off course sometime, because that's me. So I said, let me speak to the manager. So the manager come over, little Hispanic lady, short, about 5'2", older. I said, what's up? Why ain't no blacks working here? She said, oh, they never apply. I said, you just lied to me. I said, don't ever lie to me like that. I said, lady, you gonna tell me ain't no black people apply for a job at this Wingstop? And she looked at me and said, no. I said, nah. I said, nah, you just hiring your people, just like every other business you could think of. This is why I don't have a problem with mass deportation, because now it's time to see to show you guys how we feel when you alienate us. When Mexicans get in a position to hire and fire, you will never see a black person working in them. And the only way you're gonna see a black person working in there is if it's affirmative action and they trying to abide by the law. They gonna put one black person and there's 20 Mexicans in there. And then the cold thing about it, when they want to get rid of you, they say you're intimidating, you're scary. And I don't care what nobody say. I don't give a fuck who got a problem with it. But black people will step up and tell you that's how they got fired from that warehouse job. The Mexican manager said you were a threat, you were intimidating, people were scared of you. They use that same lie on every job, and that's how they get a black person fired. So when it comes to mass deportation, I don't have a problem with it. Because first of all, you taking all the work from us. This is our country too. You say y'all was here before? I don't know, because I wasn't here before, so I don't know. I can't listen to nobody who tells me anything about Jesus, anything about the Mexicans on this land, the names of the streets, and the Mexicans. I don't care about none of that. You wasn't here and you don't know. All you doing is doing the same thing everybody does about Jesus. Why do you believe in Jesus and God? Because your grandmother, your grandfather, your mama, your aunties, they instilled that in you. But guess what? Somebody instilled that in them too. So while people talking about, oh yeah, California belonged to the Mexicans first. Well, why? Well, how did they get to Mexico then? Oh, so you telling me it was a mass deportation back then too? Okay, but yeah, that's the problem I have when it comes to mass deportation, and I'm with it. I'm totally with it. Because they too prejudiced against us. You'll never see nobody black working for a Mexican ever. Go to their establishment. They worse than the Koreans. They beat out the Koreans. At least you see black people working for Koreans sometime. You ain't gonna see no black man working for and Koreans can't stand us. They never hire us, but sometimes they do. They hire 3% of us. Mexicans, they don't even hire 0.5% of us. Go look in these places that I just mentioned: KFC, Wingstop, Chipotle, Burger King, McDonald's, all the fast food, Baja Fresh, all the Mexican restaurants. Ain't no black people working in there, period. Ain't none. That's the problem I have. So yes, I'm down with mass deportation. You're not gonna come to my country and alienate me and not work with me. See, that's a problem. I moved out of my condo. I got a condo in Dominican Republic, and the maintenance man and the landlord and all that, they don't show no respect. So I told him, look, man, I told him, I didn't even tell him. I just started packing up all my stuff, unhooked the air conditioner, went on the roof, took the air conditioner component down, everything. You gonna respect me, period, or we ain't doing business. So yes, I support mass deportation. I don't care about if they're a criminal or not. If you here illegally, I got a problem with it, because Mexicans can go to the bank and get a loan before black people can. That's just crazy. They come and get a loan faster than us. The white folks and the Jews give a Mexican because they family orientated, and they gonna come together and make sure the bill's paid. I understand that, but you're not gonna come to my country and win more than me. That's what you're not gonna do. You're not gonna stay in my country and win more than me. You're not gonna come in my country and not do business with me. You're not gonna come in my country and not help me out too. You're not gonna come in my country and not hire me. You're not gonna come in my country and just step on me. You're not gonna come in my country and disrespect me, period. So I'm down with, I voted for Donald Trump. That was one of the reasons I voted for him, because I wanted him to close the border. You're not gonna come in here and treat us bad, bro. Like, I'm not doing it. And I love Mexicans, I got love for them, but you're not coming in my country and disrespecting me, period. No, you're not. You're not gonna come in here and as soon as you get in a position to hire and fire, you moving up, you gonna put us out. Let me tell you this story. And this is when it hit me, when it hit home for me. I worked at DirecTV. And this was my last job I ever worked for somebody. This is when I knew I had to work for myself. I think it was 2000. It was the year 2000. I just bought me a brand new truck. I was doing work for my moms. I was fresh out the pen too. I was fresh out of the penitentiary. I was trying to do right. And I worked for this black dude, and he shaded me, so I stopped working for him. So I got a job at DirecTV, hooking up DirecTV dishes. Now, when I came into the job, it was 43 installers. It was me, a Belizean dude, and another black dude, and 40 Mexicans. The lady who ran the place was a Mexican lady. So on my day off one day, I get a call. I've been working for him for about a month and a half. When I first get hired, the Belizean dude said, man, don't get comfortable because she been firing all the black people and replacing them with Mexicans. I said, I ain't tripping. I'm going to do my job. She ain't going to fire me. He said, all right. I worked for DirecTV for about 6 or 7 weeks. And on my day off, I called in to get the new schedule and get my new job. And she said, oh, Chris, we no longer need your services. I said, why? Oh, well, we got a complaint that, you didn't put up a dish right. I said, how did I get a complaint from this lady? And she told me exactly where she wanted her dish put at. She came outside and showed me, got on the ladder with me and showed me where to mount her dish at. So I went back to the lady's house. I said, ma'am, I'm not mad at you. I'm not here to cause no problems. If you want, you could call the police. I said, I just want to ask you one question. She said, I don't need to call the police. She was like, I'm fine. What's wrong? I said, I just got fired from DirecTV because they said you made a complaint that I put the dish in the wrong place. And if I'm correct, you came up on the ladder and pointed right exactly where to put and gave me approval where to put your DirecTV dish at. She said, I did. And she said, I didn't call anybody. She said, I actually called in to thank the people and tell them that you did an excellent job. And I'm very happy with your service. I said, oh, okay. So I went back. I called the Mexican lady. I said, yeah, I went to the lady's house. Oh, that's a violation of I said, no, that ain't no violation of nothing. I said, you just lied. I said, and the thing is, I'm going to go get my own company because I don't like working under these conditions. I said, you're a racist, period. And I said, I need to call DirecTV. I said, but that's snitching to me. So, I'm not going to snitch on you. But I called her a few names out her name. And I was heading up there. But then I said, something said, man, you know what, man? You've been doing good. You out of prison. You ain't causing no problems. Boom, get up out of here. And I just 6 months later, I had my own company. So that's the problem I got that I have with Mexicans. They don't hire us and they fire us and they replace us quick with their people. You're not going to come in my country and disrespect me like that. So I'm down with mass deportation. If you get any value from this video, please like, follow, and subscribe. Like, follow, and subscribe. It don't cost a dime. Thank you for watching. Thanks for having me. And I love the Mexicans, but you can't disrespect black people. I ain't having it.